and you compare it to the opposite conclusion, which is that God does not exist and there's nothing after you die, and that is it. That is a sad state of affair, because that means that there's no ultimate justice. So all the people that were treated unfairly in life, they have no hope of justice. They would have no hope of seeing their loved ones that were killed or died. It would just be a very sad state of affair. And life really would become meaningless, because if death is the end, then anything that you try to do or make purpose of in this life while you are physically living is still meaningless at the end of the day. I'm sorry to say. But if there is a creator, and we have a soul that just lives in this fleshly body, which would be our tent, so to speak, then our spirit would leave this body when we die, and we would go to that other place outside of time, heaven. If you're a follower and believer in Christ, and you believe that, which I do. So I guess the point is that when people make these claims that God is imaginary, or God is a fairy tale, or God is a myth, or whatever, they aren't really critically thinking about what they're saying. And I think for a lot of people, they don't honestly actually seek and really look at all of the evidence and all of the, information out there, and they just come to those conclusions, on a whim. So the good thing is, though, is that when you really stopped it and critically think about all of this, it's really hard to believe that all of everything came into existence for no purpose, and that it was all unguided. It can't be true, because it breaks the actual laws of logic. It breaks even the laws of the physical known universe, even. And that's actually believing in magic. And one thing I'd like to point out is that a lot of atheists and unbelievers that don't believe in God like to charge Christians with believing in magic and all of this stuff, which is not true, by the way. I say they're miracles, not magic. But regardless of what they say, they charge Christians with believing in magic, yet they believe even in a greater magic, in that there was no creator that caused the universe to come into existence, but rather it came into existence out of nothing. And Aristotle, the great philosopher, once said, "Nothing is what rocks dream of." So, it's impossible to get something out of nothing. And that's logical, and that's a true statement. And in order to not accept and agree with that, you would basically have to, push it aside, because you don't like the fact that there's a creator, and you would have to live by his rules. And that would bother a lot of people, so they kind of just push it off to the side, and, they don't like to talk about it. They don't like to really think and accept it. So they reject that whole thing, even though, it kind of goes against logic itself. So with that, I don't believe God is imaginary. I believe he's very real, and I believe that you can personally know God in a relationship. So, and I think I gave some pretty good arguments, and of course there's a lot more to give. There's a lot more to talk about, but I think it's been sufficient enough in this video. So take care, have a great day, and if you'd like to add any comments or anything, just say it down below.